This told him that his hearing was fantastic. This taught him that his hearing was fantastic. He started to learn how to play music by listening. He started to learn how to play music by listening. Later, he became an award-winning musician. Later, he became an award-winning musician. Stevie may be blind, but life is not difficult for him. Stevie may be blind, but life is not difficult for him. Okay, so that's the story about Stevie Wonder. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask you another 2 questions. So I'm going to write them down and then we will find out the answers together. So question number 1. Alright, so question number 1. What is amazing about Stevie Wonder? Okay, and a key word you guys can use over here is amazing. Question number 2. What is not difficult for Stevie Wonder? Alright, key word over here is difficult. Alright, so remember, use the key words to find the sentence and then draw the number next to the sentence you think is the correct answer for number 1 and for number 2. Okay, I'll give you guys just a couple of seconds. You can pause if it takes a little bit longer for you to find it. Okay. Okay, question number 1. What is amazing about Stevie Wonder? First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to try to find the key word in the reading passage. Okay, so I'm going to go through, I'll just scan it quickly. Plays piano, instruments, blind, problem, using ways, zeroing up. Amazing. So let's read the whole sentence. His hearing is amazing. So what is amazing about Stevie Wonder? Over here, I hope that if you guys put your number 1 over there, then you guys, good job, right? Excellent. So his hearing is amazing. Number 2, what is not difficult for Stevie Wonder? Alright, so keyword over there, difficult. So let's see if we find it anywhere. Mouse, catch the mouse, everyone quiet, carefully, fantastic, learn to play music, later, award-winning, blind, light, difficult. Alright, so I found my key word over here. Let's see what the sentence says. So what is not difficult for Stevie? So it says, Stevie may be blind, but life is not difficult for him. So I really hope everybody's putting they put their 2 around the sentence up to here, of course. Okay, so we just have a few minutes left. We're going to move on to Unit 12. Okay, so let me raise the whiteboard and then change the page to Unit 12. Just give me a moment to change the page quickly. Alright, so I hope everybody's on Unit 12 now, and our lesson over here in Unit 12 is just a quick review of Helen Keller. Okay, so let's just quickly talk about Helen Keller. Alright, so I'm going to give you some quick points over here because I don't want to spend too much time. Let's quickly have a look. So Helen Keller, very special because when she was a baby, she had an accident. Okay, and then she became very sick, and after she got sick, she became deaf and also blind. Alright, so she became deaf and blind. And then later on in her life, she learned to communicate with her body and hands. Okay? She learned to communicate, and then afterwards she was lucky enough to go to college. Alright? And she studied really hard in college, and eventually she taught other people. So after college she wrote 12 books. Okay? So this is the story of Helen Keller. Very, very interesting over here for someone that was both deaf and blind, and they learned to communicate and go to college and even write her own books. Let's have a look. If you guys want to write that down, you can pause and write down the keywords over here, and then we're going to move on to the vocabulary. Sorry. Alright, let's have a look over here. Vocabulary. I'm going to write them right over here. So, everybody please say after me. Sick. Then we have both. Next word is deaf. Tutor. Excuse me. Then we have including, and finally adventures. So one more time, let's practice vocabulary. Phonics. Ik, the oath, the F, tutor, including, adventures. Alright, so these are the keywords we need to know. Let's see what they mean. Alright, so I'm sure you guys know when you are sick, you feel bad or you are unhealthy. Okay, when you are sick, something that can make us all very sick and that we're dealing with right now is COVID, right? COVID's making many people sick around the world. Then we have both. Alright, this means two of the same thing, or just two of something. Alright? Next one, deaf. This means that you can't here. Alright, so something wrong with the ears. Then we have tutor. This is a one-on-one teacher. Alright, very much a private teacher, a tutor. Then including. This means, I would say, to be part of something. So included. So to be part of something or one of many things. Alright, and then our last word over here, everybody, adventures. So adventures, this is when we do something exciting. Alright, we go on an adventure, or when we go to cool or new places. Alright, adventures. Okay? So over here, everybody, sick, both, deaf, tutor, including, and the last one, adventures. Alright? If you guys care to write that down again, you're more than welcome. And we're going to move on to the reading part now. Alright. Alright, so I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. Yeah, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit to the reading so that we can see a little better. Alright kids, please follow in your books. So, let's read together. 3, 2. Helen Keller was born in 1880. Helen Keller was born in 1880. When she was a baby, Helen got very sick. When she was a baby, Helen got very sick. She became both deaf and blind. She became both deaf and blind. As a child, life was not easy for Helen. As a child, life was not easy for Helen. She didn't know how to communicate with people. She didn't know how to communicate with people. A tutor, Anne Sullivan, started working with Helen. A tutor, Anne Sullivan, started working with Helen. Anne taught Helen how to read and communicate by using her hands. Anne taught Helen how to read and communicate by using her hands. This changed Helen's life. This changed Helen's life. Using these new skills, Helen studied hard. Using these new skills, Helen studied hard. She went to Radcliffe College, a famous women's school. She went to Radcliffe College, a famous women's school. She also wrote 12 books. She also wrote 12 books, including The Story of My Life, a book about her life and adventures. So, including The Story of My Life, a book about her life and adventures. Helen Keller taught people to respect blind and deaf people. Helen Keller taught people to respect blind and deaf people. Alright, so that's our story today about Helen Keller. And once again, I'm going to give you guys 2 questions for you guys to try to find the answers to, and then we will end our lesson. So, question number 1. How many books did Helen write? How many books? Alright, so keyword books, and I also want to know how many. Okay, and then number 2. Number 2 is, oh, let me write, look at which college did Helen study at? Okay, so keyword over here is study or college. Alright, so I want you guys to please have a look in your reading and try to find the correct sentence. Alright? Alright, so over here, if you guys are not ready yet, you can pause and then try to finish your answer, and then I will show you where I found the answers now. Alright, so number 1, how many books? I'm going to look for the keyword books. Do I see any words? Books over here. Books. I found books. So it says, she also wrote 12 books. So that is number 1. I really hope you guys found that one too. And then the last one over here is, at which college did Helen study at? So I think I just saw the word college here somewhere. Right here, college. So let's see. She went to Radcliffe College, a famous women's school. Very lucky. 2 sentences right next to each other. Alright guys, thank you very much for having a look at our review lesson on Unit 10, 11 and 12. Alright, our next lesson is going to be on Unit 13. Alright, goodbye everybody. Hope you guys got the answers right. Goodbye.